Hey guys, welcome to Honkai Star Rail. My name is Rain, and last time where we left off, we were just getting on the train. So that sounds like a good place to start.
Investigate. Collectible music discs. Cool.
Oh, it's you. All I did was calm that thing inside you down temporarily. I don't want to frighten you, but the truth is you won't ever be in the clear while it's still inside your body. I don't know if Himiko and I can suppress it again. Feel free to walk around and familiarize yourself with the environment.
Sweet. I like the aesthetic. I hope that when the train starts moving, like, you'll see the stars whizzing by. Like, that'd be really cool. I really wish I could jump, though. It bothers me that I can't. What, no music here? Okay, here we go.
There seems to be the sound of electronic equipment.
While many of the roads that Akivili traveled along no longer exist, I think it's still meaningful to record our adventures as current passengers of the Express.
So, Akivili was the first passenger of the Express? I'm thinking maybe is Akivili that guy with the long hair and the scar on his chest?
Do you see the terminal over there? Do give it a go.
Story and voice lines. Well, I think what I'm interested in is Cancer of All Worlds. Disrupting the flow of imaginary energy. This phenomenon is remarkably aggressive. It continues to encroach upon neighboring worlds in the form of a mysterious object, the Stellaron. It keeps spreading all over the universe like a cancerous growth. The worlds swamped by the Cancer of All Worlds were soon beyond saving, and very few people survived. So, this Stellaron stuff made travel unstable. I don't want an information dump, so I'm not going to read all that right now. But if I can figure out Akivili, here, this is what I wanted. So basically this train and the star rails are basically the products of Akivili. I like the lore probably more than I like Genshin Impact's lore, honestly. This Akivilian guy is really cool. Oh, this is like the what's it called? Adventure rank. I think I was at maybe 9. Yeah, Trailblaze level. Okay. At least I have an idea of what I'm doing, right? Since I played Genshin.
Pom-Pom's going to start the final preparations for the jump.
Oh, so I've unlocked this, have I? I'd rather keep my profile picture. I like the guy. I like the main guy. We're breaking out of the tutorial.
Universe. The Astral Express. Eons. Did I get dragged into a science fiction movie or something? This Stellaron thing in my body.
Are you trying to catch the stars? When I first woke up after being rescued from the ice,
What are you, the Avatar? Like, what do you mean rescued from the ice?
before all this, I was stuck in a huge block of ice drifting through space.
Okay, that's, what?
Himeko and Mr. Yang and... who was it again? Anyway, they figured out a way to melt the ice and saved me.
Okay, well, that's an interesting backstory.
Who I am, where I'm from, my name. Like everything was erased from my mind. March 7th was the day they found me, so it stuck. Cheer up! It's not every day someone gets to ride on the Astral Express.
That's true. From my understanding, this is the only train in existence.
All passengers, please return to your seats. The train is about to make the jump. Hold on, everyone.
Hey, chess. Who's winning?
I won't fall over.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Is this what Eurilo 6 has become?
Star rail stability is down to 12%.
That's pretty damn low. What the fuck?
Schedule alteration.
Take an ordinary train as an example. It's like the tracks up ahead have suddenly snapped, and the way forward leads straight into a collapsing abyss. The only sensible thing to do would be to brake hard, right?
The results of the preliminary analysis are here. The anomaly stems from a Stellaron, as always.
Can we absorb that? I already know what a Stellaron is now. I read the lore. We're good.
It's not the first time our route has been obstructed by a Stellaron.
The only thing we can say for sure is that their arrival causes massive changes to civilizations and ecosystems. They also generate distortions in space, such as fragmentums. There must be an inextricable connection between the Stellaron we're dealing with here and Eurelos 6 becoming a frozen planet.
I'm trying to think of it. Would it have anything to do with Machiavelli's death?
Our current theory is that Stellarons are seeds of disaster, planted by a certain eon throughout the universe. We can't continue to trailblaze without removing the source of the disaster. I'd like to entrust this trailblazing expedition to March, Dan Hung, and you. The objective is clear. Find the Stellaron responsible for the disaster and the spatial distortions, and bring it back to the Express. We'll deal with the rest.
So is this going to be one of those things where we go around absorbing stellions until eventually we pop like a balloon?
We should give the youngsters a chance to get out there on their own. It'll be a good opportunity for them to bond.
So from what I read, right, there's like this idea that the universe is a tree, and I think the train travels along the roots of the tree, right? And so if a Stellaron is blocking the path on the route, then it's not like we can go around.
I've conducted a preliminary survey and found that there's one area with a relatively normal temperature on the surface of the planet. By normal, I mean a temperature that just about allows for human survival.
And apparently these roots and branches and whatnot provides areas where galaxies and universes can exist. So if a Stellaron blocks it, maybe that's why the planet is having problems?
If I had to choose a site for initial investigation on this trailblazing expedition, that would be it.
When I first saw this planet, I thought, a world covered in ice. Could it have something to do with my past?
I don't think we're going to find answers
Still,
anytime soon.
The ice that trapped me was six-phased ice, a very rare substance. I don't think you can find it on your average planet. I was just imagining all the fun we're gonna have here.
I feel sorry for this world. First the Stellaron, and now you.
God damn. Alright then. My goodness, guys, put a coat on or something.
Eurelos 6. We're here.
Colony 6.
It really is one big snowball. Hey, get your own metaphor.
The target should be up ahead.
And then what are we waiting for? Let's go. You've got a Stellaron in your body. I have my special six-phased ice powers. And Don Hung, he's got that mysterious past thing going for him.
Everyone here has a mysterious past. What do you mean?
So if people start creating trouble for us, they're gonna regret it.
This place still hasn't been corroded, yet fragmentum monsters have already made it here.
Bang.
Fighting is meaningless.
Dies out, right? Alright. Oh, there we go. So can I see the Star Rail map right now? Space Station, Jarlo 6. I wish I could see the whole place. Seems like most areas are going to be grayed out until I figure it out myself.
These buildings have been buried in the snowfall.
And these look like corpses.
Huh? So these are rooftops? How long would snow have to fall to get this thick?
A long, long time.
But why would these corpses be on top of the snow? That's probably the weirder thing. They look like they were frozen instantly. There's something over there in the corner.
Hey, get out of there or you'll shiver to death.
I think he might be dying.
Holding your breath won't help.
No, he's like actually dying.
I got this, March. Someone's got their head stuck in the sand. Or the snow in this case.
Guys, he's dying.
They just need a helping hand.
Ouch!
Oh, was he actually hiding?
My fine fellow, was that really necessary? Is crawling around in the snow a crime these days? I mean, come on, surely. It doesn't warrant a spearing.
Never mind. I thought he was dying. I thought he was freezing to death under the snow. Okay.
But then again, how can I blame you? I mean, I caught you off guard. It had to happen. You could even say I deserved it, huh? Is Captain Japard around? He's an old buddy of mine.
Is he hiding from military service?
Who?
Doesn't want to go training today?
Wait, you're not Silvermane guards? Well, why didn't you say so? Turns out we're on the same side after all. Pleasure to meet you. The name's Sampo Koski. Fear not, Sampo Koski isn't interested in hoarding. There's more than enough treasure to go around, so let's get rich together.
All right.
Say, why don't we join forces? I have reliable intel the main strength of the Silvermane Guards is being deployed to the front line. This is a golden opportunity.
Front lines of what?
Come now, friends. I can understand the mistrust, but there's no need for the charade. Then again, I know the rules. Vigilance is the name of the game in our profession. It's my fault for letting my enthusiasm and sincerity get the better of me.
This guy doesn't have a sincere bone in his body.
Why, there's only one place in this world where the living still reside. Our beloved Belobog. The further away you get, the dicier things become. As a senior in the field, which I'm sure you don't mind me saying, I'll give you some free guidance.
I like this guy.
Follow me, friends, and keep quiet. We don't want to be spotted by the guards.
So why were you hiding from the Silvermane guards?
Yeah, we're just storing a few relics away from prying eyes. Nothing serious. If it weren't for the uncompromising nature of our civil service, there'd be no need for secrecy. Rule number 7, never leave a footprint. I have my own special technique called invisible snow walking. Helps me throw off pursuers in no time.
You see something there, bud?
Who are they?
You remember the Silvermane guards I mentioned? That's them. Help me, old friends. I don't want to be caught. It's now or never. Over to you, dear friend.
Hey, where are you? York?
Oh, did he run away? Fair enough. All right.
I, Japard Landau, captain of the Silvermane Guards, order you to relinquish your futile resistance.
Check out this awesome move!
19 damage.
And the prime suspect? The one with the blue hair?
Apologies, Captain. We lost him during the pursuit. We can't find his footprints.
That's his special move.
I'm not trying to talk our way out of this, but we're not friends with that scoundrel.
I'm a captain, not an adjudication panel. As a Belobog citizen, you have the right to defend yourself, but that can only take place under the scrutiny of the architects, not now. Take them away.
What if we fight him again?
But we're not from Belobog.
It is said that a long time ago, strange visitors from beyond the sky would visit us here. But that after the eternal freeze, the blizzards made passage impossible. Outsiders, follow me. Belobog lies beyond this blizzard.
All right.
Welcome to Belobog, the city of preservation.
Cool. That's cool. I like that. I like how they did that. Like, it's like a 2D image too, and it like pans over to it. That's cool. Makes it look better than it probably would if it were 3D. Oh, damn.
Hey, it feels like it got a bit warmer.
That's because you're in Belobog, the last bastion of humanity. 700 years ago, monsters from beyond the sky set the world ablaze. The land was turned to scorched earth, with raging infernos and billowing towers of smoke stretching beyond the horizon.
So the opposite of what it is now.
In the midst of the conflict, the eternal freeze descended without warning. Suddenly, sweeping winds brought blizzards which buried the invading legion. Belobog was all that remained. The steadfast architects built this city. Under the protection of Klapoth, the Preservation, Belobog remains forever warm in the face of unrelenting cold.
Nice, nothing serious. If it weren't for the uncompromising nature of our civil service, there'd be no need for secrecy.
We're here. This fortress is also the residence of the Supreme Guardian.
Who?
The leader of Belobog, elected and appointed by the architects. The Supreme Guardians have watched over this city for generations. I've dispatched a messenger to send word. Madame Cocolia will be aware of your arrival. Come with me.
But that's a meaningless sacrifice. How can you...
You may leave, Branya. Visitors have arrived.
Yes, Mother.
I am Cocolia Rand, Belobog's Supreme Guardian. I would be grateful if you could tell me why you have come.
We've come to trailblaze this planet, I guess. Is that why we're here?
Do you think anyone's gonna know what you're talking about?
I don't know what I'm talking about. You gotta help me.
We came here for something known as a Stellaron.
Ah, okay. Yeah. I forgot.
A Stellaron.
It was like 30 minutes ago and I forgot. Yeah, so the Eternal Freeze is a product of the Stellaron, I think.
Even if this Stellaron you speak of did bring about disaster, I fail to see its connection to you. I don't believe that anyone would go to such lengths to help a world unrelated to them. Unless they had something to gain.
If we don't seal the Stellaron, we cannot leave this planet.
If we can get rid of it, your world will be safer too.
You know how to seal the Stellaron.
We have the relevant means.
If our present situation is truly the result of this so-called Stellaron, then your arrival is the hope that Belobog has waited 700 years for. I am willing to assist you in any way possible to help you locate the Stellaron. It's getting late, and you must be tired. I will arrange for you to stay in our most comfortable hotel.
Whoa, I got a cool watch there.
It should be me thanking you, visitors from beyond the sky.
What's that? Hmm?
Of course, I understand. Do not worry. I have a way.
So, she's probably an enemy.
I have received orders that your movements are no longer to be restricted.
Good.
Oh, and if you're staying at Goethe Hotel, please avoid the alley that runs next to it. The one with Silvermane guards stationed there. It's started to be affected by corrosion recently, so it's been sealed off.
Man. I wanna have a look around here.
Wow, look at the carved ice. It feels perfect for this city somehow.
Whatever it's made of, it can't be ice.
I guess you're right. It's actually pretty warm in the city. Hey, didn't Japard say there'd be a show here?
Wonder if I can get any music discs here.
He said you can sometimes catch an outdoor performance.
Oh, I'd been wondering. You see that heater over there? Why do they keep it outdoors? This city is so weird.
I feel like that should be obvious.
Tiny heaters are no use against the Stellaron disaster.
Yeah, but people could walk by and then heat themselves up and then go on their way.
You guys sure have a lot to say about that broken heater.
Oh, it's broken?
I was just about to fix it up. I forgot to introduce myself. The name's Serval. I'm the owner of this workshop. The heater you saw is just a standard geomarrow radiator. If we didn't have a reliable way of keeping warm, Belobog would long since have become a dead city, both above and below the surface.
Below the surface?
You didn't know? Belobog is structured like two big connected disks. The overworld is responsible for administration and trade, while the underworld is responsible for energy supply and resource extraction. However, due to an order that was given many years ago, nobody has moved between the overworld and the underworld in a long time.
That's, disturbing. Why is that always gotta be a thing? It feels like whenever there's like an underground place and like an above ground place, it's like there's always like some sort of embargo between them.
It's an ore, a special energy resource. Whether it's keeping the city warm or keeping our counters ticking, everything runs on geomarrow. Geomarrow grows beneath the surface of the planet, and specialist underworld mining teams are there to extract it. Transport lines shuttle it up to the surface. In the overworld, we use the same lines to ship surface goods and aid down to the underworld. Why not have a better look around? My workshop will always be open to you.
Alright, you got anything for sale? You do not dare imagine what it might show you? What? That's pretty ominous. 10,000 for a music disc? Requirements to unlock the area have not been met. Okay.
Alright, so that's probably where we're going to end off the story for today. This one wasn't super long, it didn't have a lot of stuff happening during it, but it did have some key points. We arrived at Belobog, the first planet, pretty cool. We met Sampo, very quickly became my favorite character. Met with Madame Cacolia. Just to keep the flow of the video a little better, I'm trying to work on condensing videos down a bit more. I'm not sure how that's going to go, but you know, it's a work in progress. As of this time, IRL, I have finished the first arc of Honkai Star Rail. So here specifically, there was a point that got cut out right before we met Madame Cacolia that I kind of want to talk about here and kind of give my thoughts on that, because I actually liked it a lot. I like what they did, and it feels like things have actually sort of changed in terms of how things are written. Probably because it's a different team writing than Genshin Impact, right? I know. Everybody makes comparisons to Genshin Impact. It's the same company, you kind of can't avoid it. There was this specific point right before meeting Madame Cacolia where we were talking to Japard. We asked a specific question. It was, is there any sort of etiquette we need to know, right? We're going to meet the Supreme Guardian. Obviously, this is like the leader of all of Belobog, the last bit of humanity, so effectively the leader of the whole planet. And instead of being like this convoluted thing where he goes through and explains like, oh, what fork do we eat with, or other stuff like that, or like, do you bow, or do you do a handshake? Is there like a special handshake move or something, you know? There wasn't any of that. Instead, he says, hey, it's okay, we know you guys are new here, we don't expect you to know that stuff. Just come on in, we'll get you your meeting, and we'll get this stuff addressed. It felt like a divergent point in the writing where what would have happened if this was Genshin Impact and what would have happened if this was Honkai Star Rail are just two different branches of what could have happened there. And I felt a few more of those branch points later on as well, but it honestly makes me feel really, really good about the story because everything is to the point. And it just feels like Honkai Star Rail is lacking in a lot of the artificial bloat that I would expect Genshin Impact to have, right? So they've got these patch schedules that come like every 1.5 months in Genshin Impact, and every patch they have to pack in as much as they can, and to do that they do a lot of like stretching and filler in between. Even when the conversation is to the point, it feels like they take the most amount of words possible, and I hate that. Never was I more aware of this than when I tried to edit Genshin Impact videos into a concise format so that people who don't play the game could read it and understand what was going on as I was going through it and have like the context for stuff. I never realized just how much bloat there is where I cut out so much stuff, and even the stuff that I didn't cut out was just huge chunks of text, and it was just, this could be summarized in a sentence. It infuriated me. But coming over to Honkai Star Rail, it's like, yeah, okay, they can summarize stuff pretty well. Like, even the almost filler stuff, right? A lot of the finer details of this, unfortunately, have to get cut out in these videos just because that is the nature of YouTube. I'm trying to compress a lot of content into a little bit of content, so it's missing out on a lot of the big differences in these videos. So if later on they choose to, like, add more filler as they start making patches, which I could see happening, right? That would be understandable. I would probably stop playing the game because I quit Genshin Impact already, right? More or less did that before Honkai Star Rail ever came out. It just ended up with me being fed up with a certain type of writing that I don't want to see anymore. Yeah, basically, if they start adding a bunch of that filler, it's just gonna be it. I'm gonna just completely stop. For like YouTube and also not YouTube, I'm just gonna full stop completely. I'm not doing that again. There's no reason for me to do that. My main draw for Honkai Star Rail is the story, because it's definitely not the gameplay. Like, the gameplay is fine. It's fine, like, it's a turn-based game, it's whatever. And it feels okay. It's not bad, so it's fine. So basically what I'm saying is, if the story starts to get bad, then I've lost the only reason to play this game that I have. So, like, at the end of this series here with the first arc that I'm doing, at the very end of that, I'm gonna ask you guys, like, kind of what you want to see for the rest of the Honkai Star Rail stuff, because right now I'm doing a thing where I'm kind of, like, editing things down in such a way that it will give context at the end of Arc 1. I might just keep it edited down, compressed into one video, so it would only make sense if you've played the game before. Basically, at the end of the first arc, I'm going to ask you guys that, and I'm going to sort of, like, try and gauge what I should do, or if I should just stop that there and play other games for the channel, and then just play the game in my own time. Thank you guys for watching the videos. Peace.